Alright, it is the morning after Day of Reckoning, and we have survived. And we got a little bit more improved light armor, which just makes us take like 2% less effective damage. So, not amazing, but hey, not horrible. It repairs with cloth, the durability is reasonably high, but, I mean, honestly, we have so much cloth. I'm just gonna repair it. When I can. Nope, 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 no! Why is there a repair key right next to the scrap key? Well, there goes our new... there goes... And it scraps so fast. Like, as soon as I realized I hit it, like, wait, that's bad, that's wrong. Like, Well, it's another thing we scrapped when we meant to repair it. Anyway, so like I was saying, we did not find any new armor. We're using the same armor we've been using. I just feel like you should manually click on some of this stuff that's not replaceable like that. I'm sure y'all in the comment sections are finding this hilarious, understandably so. Okay, ammunition, yeah, okay, that's something else. Put our pistol back. We're fine here. Military fiber goes into clothing. Can't wait to scrap something that's like truly insanely good. This is great. Beer, got that. Alright, let's see. Leave this map, find my buried supplies. Does it really say locate treasure nearby? Is this for real? Does that mean... I don't know, we'll see if that changes. That is kind of strange, though. Okay, so we had a whole bunch of stuff up here, though. I should probably make, like, a chest or two to just dump stuff into. Okay, so when I come in from... and I just need to toss stuff fast. I now have these two chests. How big is this chest right here? That big. So these are smaller chests, but that's fine. There shouldn't be anything stored in them long term to worry about destroying. Okay, we got some iron scrap armor there. Bunch of sewing kits. I still can't believe I scrapped that quality. It was quality 5, I think. Boots, I mean you can eventually craft that. It's not, at least it wasn't a quality 6, but still. Tools. Maybe we use the iron so the iron shovel does 3.5 to 1. This does closer to 4 to the 1, though that is with 2 mods. So that's 4 to 1, right? It says 4 to 1. Okay, let's scrap the iron shovel. Mods. Can we put these in this? Yes. Will that actually allow us to, like, one-shot anything? I don't know. This might be completely useless because if it still takes 2 swings, that doesn't help us. So, let's go find out. Yeah, if this still takes 2 swings to deal with the clay, then it's no good, and then the other one's better, because you might as well use the one that has less stamina cost at that point. Maybe it's the trees. Maybe we need to get rid of... Maybe it's the trees. It seems to be happening when we're near the trees. Maybe this is what they're meaning by the trees causing lag. So maybe we should just chop down some of them. Maybe it's just having to, like, load all the trees in initially that's causing such a problem. I don't know. I might as well be drinking our red tea here. Which makes our food go further as well, right? If we're far enough away, right, then we don't load these trees, or at least not all of them. Maybe that's what it is. Just gotta chop down a chunk of this forest until the lag reduces. Maybe that's what they mean. And again, I might not have noticed, except for the fact that I am, of course, recording, which is putting a higher strain on my system. So this is a day of rest and recuperation, and trying to make us a bunch of those pocket mods. It already seems like it's getting better. Or we just need to not have as many trees. Some are fine, that many was too much, I think, is the lesson here. I don't know why we suddenly got one encumbered, but... Okay, let's see what we can do here. Yeah, so... This is a problem. In more ways than one. So we're paying extra stamina cost for something that's not even... Here's the real problem. We're not even doing 200. So if we did 200, then at least mining this would be able to one-shot that, right? But we can't. So there's no point in using this. It takes us 2 swings, no matter what. I guess if we didn't have the grave digger mod and other stuff, and we were able to 2-shot with the iron and 3-shot with the stone, then great. But as it is, there's no point in using it. Let's chop down a few more trees, see if this helps. I wonder why do normal crops cause problems as well, or just trees? Or maybe having both of them next to each other is compounding the problem. I guess we get a supply drop today as well, don't we? Yeah, Stefan's treasure map still just says locate treasure nearby. That... I have no idea what that even is supposed to mean. There's no... Is it buried? Yeah, it's buried. Where? I need something better than nearby. I'm gonna dig up this entire land for it. That's probably not a good sign. I think it must be struggling to load so many trees so close to each other. Guess I'm chopping in thin air, assuming that'll work out, which it did. Okay, yeah, I think there's a problem with this many trees planted here for whatever reason. And we keep drinking red tea. Don't know how we got plant fiber. We don't need that. Oh, for digging. That would have been why. Okay. We definitely don't need more of these seeds to plant. Okay, so new lesson, do not plant a tree farm like this. If we move forward, does it fix itself? Sort of. Did not expect this to destroy everything. Alright, so that's definitely going to be a goal of ours, clear out the tree farm or part of it so we don't get this lag over here. Just carving a diagonal path. The goal, because the goal I think is to try to not make them, is to try to thin it out. We don't have to eliminate it. Placing it at minimum distance here does not agree with the game. Remember to try a multiplayer server. I was trying to find one that's unmodded. A lot of them seem to be obsessed with allowing teleporting around everywhere. And I found one that looked like it might be promising. Turned out not to be. But one thing they did there is they basically multiplied the amount of lumber you got from trees by like 10, but they removed seeds because they didn't want people planting tree farms, and I can see why here. This is just a one-person's tree farm, and I mean it's not tiny, but it's also not the biggest tree farm in existence. I have plenty of more seeds I can be planted. Okay, hopefully if we clear this out a bit, eventually this will improve. Let's try to chop down 3 more trees. We'll have our work cut out for us here. If you view it at a certain angle, it's okay. For a certain definition of the word okay, I guess. We're getting close to the next level, but we ain't there yet. That'll give us everything except Grandpa's elixirs and food. I guess if we face this way, at least we can see the trees. Progress, I guess. Oh, hey, we've got more honey from it. Right, because we found that book that's like, hey, sometimes you get honey from destroying trees now. Social transfer source is supposed to restore 30. Right? Yeah, 30 stamina it says. I was hoping that maybe it's... I thought it would give it back like instantly, but maybe it's over time. I was hoping that would reduce the food cost, basically, but I don't know if that's how it works. Okay. Let's finish this and then head back to base. I can hold on to the shovel, but I don't... Again, it's all about breakpoints. If we had clay or whatever that had 1,200 hit points, then I'm sure the iron shovel would be helpful. But you don't, right? Like, that's the whole problem. They are very specific values, and unless you hit those breakpoints, everything's growing here. That's fine. Yeah, even with the horde base dinged up a bit, still have our main base, which is quite secure. And we need to get the forges rolling there again, don't we? Make sure we have enough stamina to make this jump. Okay. So weapons, put some more crossbow bolts, put the iron arrows back. I think we're clear here otherwise. Clothing. We need to start getting rid of some of these mining helmets. We don't need this many. Medicine. All the good medicine stuff. And the steroids, which is not really good medicine stuff. Food. More rotting flesh. Array. Don't care about that. Ammunition materials goes there. We never did try the Molotov cocktails, did we? Okay. Is this? We don't have the thing to craft it. Yeah, we don't have that. Okay, so I can put that there. Put the clay here. This should last for a while, right? How are we doing? We could stand to put more stone in these, though. That'll last 10 days. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I'm good with that. I'll put the cement. Last 10 days. I'll put the cement. That's just what we got here, which we will use. We have plenty of stone for this right here. Oh yeah, shotgun ammo, I guess. Got it over there. I think that's everything sorted. We have this roll in there. That'll take an hour. That's fine. Workbench, have their iron spikes done, which is great. Okay, so might as well go back to having our stone shovel. Sadly. Mods here, we don't need, like literally all we need I think in this is a gravedigger mod, and then we were good. Okay, so the rest of this can go back over here. Are we going to find any use for them? I don't know. I'm not going to scrap the iron shovel, I just don't ever see it being used. Okay, so next thing, pockets. So right now, that has helmet light mod. That's all we can do in that for right now. It has to be in the helmet. This can only take a cosmetic modifier. This can only take a cosmetic modifier. This does have an empty slot that it could use. Then this has harsh armor, triple pocket mod. I doubt we can put a different pocket. I doubt we can put another pocket mod in there. BDU top has a modifier, so does our jacket, right? So that's 2 clothing mods that we could use. It's bandolier. We might as well put in the chest armor because that has an extra slot. We want to put more pocket mods for now. And then we should have room for 1, 2... Actually, that would be even better. It has to, wait, does this have to go in? Chest or leg armor, yeah, so. And we already have an armor pocket mod there, but we still have room for 1, 2 more at least. And we'll see about where we can put the double pocket and the pants. And we have 3 spots where we could put clothing pocket mod. Okay. So armor double pocket mod, that's... Oh, they all require 2 sewing kits, so this definitely will work on 3 things, right? So we need a lot of cloth fragments, we're good there. We will need duct tape, which we can make. We will need 6 duct tape. Let's turn all the glue into duct tape. We'll need more glue eventually. Then we will need... sewing kits. Okay, so right now that can definitely take a pocket mod. Can definitely take a pocket mod. This can definitely take a pocket mod. We look interesting over there, don't we? Okay. I like how our knees are just completely exposed, but we have other armor on. Like, as long as they don't hit us on the knees, we're good. Alright, so we can make 3 with that, so let's get that started. Clothing double pocket mod. And that's valuable over that. I don't know why. Oh, you can just make clothing pocket mods from the start if you find sewing kits? That's why you have to unlock the double pocket mod. Okay. Okay, but we can make 3 of them, but I guess we're going to need even more cloth. It's a good thing I've been harvesting all that cloth, huh? Then armor double pocket mod, we need mechanical parts and scrap polymers, which we will come back to, you know, after we retrieve the supply drop. We definitely have starved down a bit, though, haven't we? We need to... We'll be able to start making blueberry pie soon. That'll last us for a while. But ultimately, we still will need other things. Running through the field, wishing we had a motorcycle. So my question is, why did the smoke stop already here? It really feels like the smoke should be billowing at least for another moment or 2. I'm not saying it has to billow all day or anything. Thought that might have been it for a second, then I realized, nope, that's just... Oh, there's the smoke. You just can't see it elsewhere. Why? Reasons. There we go. What do we get in our goodie bag? Melee mods and cornbread. so we can open these. But we don't really need most of these at this point, basically. We already got them, so eventually we'll probably just be scrapping these. Okay, so let's add in double pocket mod, and double pocket mod, add in double pocket mod. So then, armor-wise, we have at least room for 1, 2, eventually 3, but for now, so right now we'll extend it up to there, but eventually you could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, you can, yeah, the whole pack mule thing, looking at this, you'd only take it very, very early on. In long term, it's just a loss of points. Unless, I guess, you buy the whole Grandpa's Forgetting elixir thing and respec out of it later on, I guess, maybe the idea. I don't know. That guy right there killed me on the first try of this trader list thing. Ran out of stamina and was not able to dodge back as fast as I expected, and he was taking a lot of hits, which you can see because, you know, he's more like I wouldn't call him a mini boss, but he gives 750 experience compared to the normal 400, so clearly the developers thought he was significantly tougher. The real treasure here is the bird nests we found along the way. Again, our farm is growing, but it'll take time for it to actually be able to sustain itself. I wonder if that would level us, but the answer is not quite. Apparently, this guy used to be the original spider zombie. That still didn't level us. Wow. You used to be able to smelt down bullets into brass, basically, in the forge. I wonder if you can still do that. If you can, that'll help a lot. If you can't, then that's unfortunate. Today's a learning day. And a pocket day. Now those pockets will help a lot. You avoid encumbrance, and then even when you do hit encumbrance, it reduces the effect of it, you know, pretty massively. Yucca seed by looting the spoiled trash. Okay. That's what leveled us. Well, clearly, if we leveled by looting trash, we need to apply that to our cooking skill. Yeah, I'll make something out of this, which again is very thematic because this just unlocks. Oh no, sham chowder and hobo stew that was above. Now we get gumbo stew, shepherd's pie, spaghetti, and other stuff. Cook 40% faster. Use 20% less of a recipe's main ingredients. Too many trees. I am the Lorax. I speak for the trees. There are too many trees. Let's cut them down. They are crowding each other out, and there is no. It is permanent shade. We need streaks of sunlight through the canopies. So speaks the Lorax. I mean, we've obviously found this triple pocket mods too, but we found one. We have an armor 1 pocket mod. We now know how to make 2 pocket mods. And again, like, And we can put a pocket in each of these, I think, right? Yeah, double pocket in each of those right now. Eventually we could still put it in the helm, and then eventually, you know, this could be a double pocket mod, but we'd need more sewing kits to be able to do that. Since it does require, since it's a straight 1-to-1 ratio there, it's like, it feels like you should save the sewing kits. Unless you're overflowing with sewing kits somehow. I mean, maybe you can buy them from traders, I don't know. But unless you're overflowing with sewing kits, then you want to save them to make the double pocket mod, because you only have so many mod slots you can stick in there. Though I guess this actually brings to mind another question here. Which is, we have an armor pocket mod there. We modify this and take that out. We try to modify this. Yeah, you can only put one kind in there. Did that just kick out the band? No, the bandolier's still there, yeah. Yeah, you can only have one type of pocket mod. You can't stack those up. So, since again the sewing kits, unless you're in desperate need for the storage space early on, this has completely changed how I'm going to play in some of the other games. Look at what you can learn here. I'm starving again. Did we have more cornbread? Yeah, sure. I was a cornbread addict in the other game. Yeah, so this is still growing, right? Yeah. So we'll check back tomorrow with that. But this also kind of makes me think, given that they can jump over the gap even when it's 4 wide, but they don't seem to jump unless it's there. Might as well make it easier to jump over and then just stay away from that spot during the hordes. Okay, mods. Five more eggs, that's huge. I have a yucca seed, I don't know if it's worth planting, but I will keep it in mind. Got a whole bunch more feathers, plant material. More wood there. I think, oh, we need to, yeah, we wanted to make armor double pocket mod, but we need. Okay, so right now we are at 6554 brass, right? So we take one here, and this requires a brass casing, right? If we check this, it requires one bullet casing, right? I mean, that's part of the problem. All of them require one. Some of them require more gunpowder, but they all require one bullet casing. And a bullet casing, right, requires 6 brass. The question is, how much brass do we get? So we're at 6554 right now. Got 5 brass from smelting that in. So that's probably still worth it. And I think eventually, as you increase your intellect, all forge recipes cost 10, 15, 20% less. That eventually definitely makes it to 5. Okay. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say that we might as well just smelt this in. It gives us brass to make the ammo we care about, which does a lot more damage. I'd rather have a bunch, like each pistol shot, especially the bad pistol, it's like 32 damage here, versus this is like 50 damage plus a better headshot multiplier, right? So it's over twice as effective. Not to mention we can eventually make a better machine gun, so we definitely want to be using that. Okay, let's go get more of our pocket mod that is finished. Fantastic. just because this is better quality, I'm going to swap that there. And then here, toss that in. Alright, look at that. We only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more things to go. That'll be down to 2 more if we make another double pocket mod to the helmet, get another double pocket mod to make it that, and then increasing the single pocket to double pocket will go to there, which will only leave 1 spot left. So if we find like 1 more triple pocket mod or whatever, we're good. So only having 1 or 2 possible spots to be encumbered with. That seems like a big deal. Okay, I do have some duct tape left. But we are starving, so we could use some food. Though, okay, let's see what we can make at this point, if anything. What they all require. So this, we could make gumbo stew. Requires everything we got. Animal fat and boiled water. Okay. So, it just... Okay. Able to cook gumbo stew there. It's the only thing it's used for. Can of sham can make sham chowder, but we need potatoes. We don't have that. Peas are used in gumbo stew. And shepherd's pie, that requires potatoes. And this, which is cornmeal, tuna fish gravy toast. So we just use some cornmeal and cornbread. We need to boil some of this off, I think. We've unlocked the good recipes. Let's see what we can make happen. Gumbo stew requires... Woo! 112 food, 56 health. Vomiting is for the peasants. Eat like an apocalyptic king with a super filling, delicious gumbo stew. Okay, well that's pretty good. That'll like fill you up the whole day. Okay, so we're working on that. In order to make... Let me look at the tuna fish gravy toast, right? We can make at least 1 of these. At least to see what it's like. So we need cornmeal and cornbread. So we should be able to make cornbread with this. Let's go ahead and do this. We'll come back to boiling you. Chili dog. Cornbread. Raw. Yeah, okay, so we want more cornbread. I think. I mean, the answer is always more cornbread, obviously, actually. What kind of silly nonsense am I saying? Chili dog there. We're experimenting, finding out what we got. Can of salmon is used for fish tacos, which is, again, cornbread. And cornbread we'll be able to make an infinite amount of as part of the whole point here. But I think we're going to need another cornbread. Okay. That's... So fish tacos go from being 15, right? Let's see what we get after this. Can of pasta requires... Don't we have mushrooms downstairs? I forgot. I haven't tended to these, have I? Okay. Need clay soil for the seed. That's fine. I'm gonna keep expanding the mushroom farm for now. Have we smoked all this in yet? No, but it's going. Okay, we can plant all sorts of mushrooms now. I'm gonna go 2 layers down. Okay, that'll be our mushroom farm. got a chili dog. Fish tacos are now 46 as opposed to 15. Okay, so that definitely extends everything you find there. Chili dog is 53. Seems pretty good. Cornbread. We have enough for this. Try that at least once. And a pasta requires spaghetti, which requires mushrooms and animal fat and large beef ration, which we no longer have. What did we use the beef ration on something? I can't create that. I'm sure we used it in one of these other recipes, right? Lamb rations. Shepherd's pie requires potatoes. Can of tuna. This is a tuna fish gravy toast here. And a dog food is used for Grandpa's learning elixir. Requires a bat. Okay, so can of dog food we're definitely going to put under medicine, ironically, because that's for like a grandpa thing. Okay. Tuna fish gravy toast, 90 food, 45 health. Okay. Cornbread. We could make more chili dogs. Let's do that for right now. I might as well use up the can of chili. So it costs 8 meat and 4 meat, 1 can of chili. So normally 5 meat would be 10 food, right? So that's 10 food plus 15 food. That's 25 food, and we get 53. So it more than doubles it. So that's good. We just need 2 more cornbread. Let's turn this into cornbread then. And we can put the rest of this food back away for now. Well, that definitely is effective, isn't it? Oh, and we want to still boil the water. Well, not till after we finish the chili dog. It's getting late, so we probably should go and see if we can loot something, I guess. Chili dog requires a can of chili because we put that back, because I wasn't thinking. Okay. Put the rest of this meat back. And sham sandwiches are used only for antibiotics, so that should go into medicine then. Fat goes down here. It's gonna be weird not constantly being on the edge of starvation. So the gumbo stew, I kind of don't want to use it. It restores almost too much health. Fish tacos, and let's use some chili dogs for right now. That's in case we lose a lot of health and we need to get it back. Come on, yell. Or don't. That's fine too. Okay. There's much water. We have chili dogs that will restore 30 health. 53 food. Gives a huge maximum stamina bonus. Okay then. Only thing we need to go explore a bit more is more red tea. Ooh, doggy, we are looking good here. And then immediately run face first into zombies and die or something. We were starting to explore that second house over there, right? We got 5 minutes. What could go wrong? I think this is the one where I just bashed through the back door, right? Okay. Empty bookcase. I would say this is like uncomfortably quiet. Do not want to drop down there. Sure, we can take the sand now. I may wind up dropping down there, but it'll be a conscious decision. They seem to like throwing you there and then having zombies spawn all around you. Which may be fun action play on lower difficulties, but can be very lethal on higher difficulties. We need to repair. We need stone. Should have watched that slightly better. Definitely feels like this should be like, are you sure you want to scrap this very valuable item for items that are like quality 6 or something? I don't know. You all laughed at me for worrying about the cloth fragments, and then lo and behold, we needed like 100 there, which was no problem because I had repaired. So rather than drop down there, first of all, we want to leave in here. Then, and here is zombie, which means it's got to be like in there. Started running, but I took care of the cops, so we're good. Yeah, that's the end room right there. Yeah, so they want you to drop down right to where the cop is. So this has a little bit left. I'm just going to repair it because repair kits aren't that difficult to make. And I definitely don't want that to fail when I need it, right? That's part of the idea. Pile of books. Nightstand. Cowboy boots. I'll hold on to this for now. Ammo pile. Shotgun Messiah. We found steel knuckles parts. And basically 20 ammo for our choice. Pistol Pete. Chance to cripple. Rocket launcher parts. Okay, I think we're done here. Oh, and that key rack then opens everything. Okay. Switch the mailbox. Mark our territory. Is this something? It is something. That's just look like a rock. I thought I heard something. Another happy customer. Oh, there's several people over there. Is this a wandering horde that passed us by? I think this must have been a wandering horde that passed us by while we were in there. Just cleared a little swarm of zombies there. Half hour before dark, so let's get back, shall we? knowing that we can melt down unwanted ammo, which mainly means 9mm rounds, frankly, because shotgun shells that don't have brass in them. And we may very well use a Magnum later on, so I'm not going to melt those down. But I have an AK-47. I'm going to use that over the pistol. Like, it has a bigger clip, does more damage to shot. It has better range. And, of course, I'm actually perked to it. That's another big thing. Where's our red tea buff? Crisis has hit. Okay, so that goes there. Do we find red tea? That's interesting if so. Obviously not complaining, but interesting if so. Let's make another seed with that. Okay, advanced materials gets not much here, honestly. Medicine gets all that. Clothing gets these. 4.5, 3.7. Might as well use the dress shoes. Oh yeah, that's definitely melted down. Weapons. We got more rocket launcher parts. More ammo. Bulk materials get sand. A little bit of stones. Iron. There's nightfall hitting. Clay there. Put iron there. Steel knuckles parts. We're probably never going to use those, but we'll hold on to them down there. In case of experimentation. I mean, to be fair, the steel knuckles are the Constitution thing, right? So I guess we could focus on melting things down in general here. Got enough for quite a few arrows. The concern, as always, is that it will only last for so long. Let's show the other stuff we want to melt down there. That all looks good. Shotgun shell ammo. Go there. I'm keeping some pistol ammo there, like in case we die and we need to use the pistol to get back and we don't have another rifle. Well, speaking of which, I don't see a purpose to this pipe rifle at this point. Maybe there's like a sniper rifle, but again, that's going to be a... We can still keep the foregrip mod, I guess, right? Backup weapon if we die and need to retrieve something, or when we die. I mean, it's going to happen. Chili dog, we'll probably eat pretty soon. Well, we definitely can grab cobblestone. We have a bunch of lumber. Grab the concrete mix. Output here. Output here. And we survived through that night. We're not going to need concrete for a while until it's a big deal. That is half an hour left. There's 50 minutes left. Look at all the concrete we have now. So what does it take to make a nail gun? Advanced engineering. And it requires, forged steel, a lot of it. Yeah, interesting. Okay, so nail guns aren't until here, until level 4, so that's a ways off. So right now, we're pretty good in a lot of the basics. Getting strength maxed out eventually would be helpful, as long as we're getting the last pummel Pete. What else do we care about? Don't really care about the Grandpa's elixirs right now. Obviously, Huntsman might be helpful to get more, harvesting more meat, bone, and leather. Oh, it says resources, 40% more resources from animals, so maybe it does apply to, I don't know. It says resources, and fat is a resource, I would think. But increasing that up, healing factor could also obviously be a thing if We'd like it to. But intellect is probably a big thing. Flurry of blows might be handy. 10% faster club attack speed. Might grab that. 1 point in parkour. Increases fall distance by 1 meter. Reduces stamina cost of jumping. Master level 8. Yeah, I can jump 1 meter higher. 2 meters higher. Hidden strike. So hidden strike means that if you're sneak attacking, what normal weapons do 50% more damage in a sneak attack, so this basically is a 33% damage increase. If I can get like a sneak shot, it makes your first shot do twice as much, which is helpful with something like an AK. With a bow, it's a smaller bonus because the bow already has a bigger bonus. Okay, so that's just things there. Hide more effectively. So flurry of blows, I'm tempted to get that. But again, just swing clubs faster. It's when we need it, it's good. Obviously, you could always go for archery and help stuff like that. But even a wood bow, I think, takes bow parts or whatever, right? Yeah, so you still need bow crossbow parts, so it doesn't help too much. Then intellect, I guess, is the other big thing, right? Like, electrocutioner we don't care about, really. I don't know if we eventually want to try robotics adventure. Better barter, obviously irrelevant. Daring adventure, irrelevant. Charismatic nature, irrelevant because, yeah. Block and melee damage are increased by 20%. I wonder how close is charismatic nature? I don't know. +1 to all attributes. Requires intellect level 7. Physician, we need more intellect. Advanced engineering, we need more intellect. Motorcycle require intellect as well, so maybe we start pumping in. Basically, it's either perception and anything helpful here. Salvage operations, potentially helpful. I don't know if it's really important. We don't need it for right now, at least. Treasure hunter. Take 10 blocks each to reduce the search radius by 1 meter. I didn't really check to see if that changed earlier, did I? Lucky looter. I guess that might be worth doing, wouldn't it? Since we're looting everything. At a minimum, pointing a point into that's probably valuable. I don't think it's needed, but it may help. So we basically care about, and this always helps, more fortitude for more headshot damage and more machine gunner points. Intellect. So we get electrician. Do we really need electrician stuff yet? Probably not, but the forge recipes costing 10% less. That might be a helpful thing. Mark, so maybe that's our next goal. So that will require 3 levels, and then 4 levels from now, we'll see if we reduce that bullet cost. Speaking of reducing costs. Okay, so now we have all the concrete we could really care about. So let's get ourselves some XP. I was gonna do it if that Horde Knight had gone worse, then I definitely would have prioritized this other stuff, but right now, eh. That Horde Knight went really well. Like, if anything, it feels hard to imagine what this would be like on lower difficulties at this point. It already only took a few AK shots to take down the cop. But I guess the idea is that people who can't aim very well or obviously don't prepare with other stuff, don't have as many spikes or as good of a fort or any number of other things, right? They'll do worse. Okay. The chemistry station, as you may recall, requires like 5 bottles of acid. We have 1. And we've looted not an overwhelming amount, but a decent amount. That seems like that might be a long-term goal. We have like 20 steel right now, right? Motorcycle requires wheels, engine, batteries, chassis. 37 steel. I think we calculated this before and it required like 50 steel for the motorcycle, right? So I might try to save up 50 steel to be able to make a motorcycle. Though that's much less of a big deal now that we have those pocket mods and that since we're staying in town. I don't know how much that really helps. And I guess you can drop loot off, especially if it's a more complicated POI. I'm pretty sure we melted down that car battery by now, haven't we? Yeah, so let's melt down these lead trophies so we can wait 20 seconds here. Got this water. The yucca fruit. I just don't know how useful that is. So we already have yucca seeds down there. Cool, cool. This is the good stuff here. We don't have any red tea in our inventory right now. How does such a travesty come to be? Let's keep melting down. That'll take a while. We do have that like more efficient mod as well, so if we get a motorcycle we can slam it into that. So I think the motorcycle holds like 45 storage or something, I want to say. I think it's like 9 for the bicycle, 27 for the mini bike, 36, maybe it's 36 or 45 for the motorcycle, I forget which, maybe probably 36. And then the 4x4 apparently can hold like 81, but it also seems a bit more unwieldy, and it doesn't go faster. It doesn't go any faster than the motorcycle, so and it requires a lot more materials, like double the wheels, way more forged steel. Possibly something we could make later, but definitely not a priority. I also do kind of want to raise strength up to the last perk of the club stuff. That's going to be 2, 4, 7, it would take 8 levels to do that. Oof. Let the upgrades begin. May wind up having like 2, 3, instead of floors of 4 levels each. It's possible by the end we're gonna have like two floors of 3 each, or 2 floors of like 5 each or something as we get closer to bedrock. I'll have to figure out what the right way is. So obviously if the last floor is 4, you're good. If the last floor is 3, you're good. If the last floor is 2, that means you have 6. Which just means you do 3 and 3. If the last floor is 1, then you can make the last floor 5 instead, right? So like that's just kind of logic you can use here. So we managed to loot the thing. We have way more pocket space now, which is really nice. In fact, I can only be 6 encumbered. Find another sewing kit, I can reduce that to only 4 encumbered. Find 2 more sewing kits, I can reduce that to only 3 encumbered. If I can find a better helmet, that also helps. But yeah, this is going swimmingly. I'm really excited about this, honestly. Between how well that Horde Night went. I think the biggest question, of course, is the whole loot thing, and how much is the lucky looter worth, especially if we are going to be looting everything here. Worth 1 point in it at least. How much is the loot bonus really worth? Especially since it doesn't respawn, I'm tempted to say it might be worth a lot. And once the farm's fully rolling, right, like you can... Once the farm's fully rolling, you can just make infinite cornbread if you need it. Everything else is just a bonus until... Basically, we've crossed the point where the cornbread is no longer... Well, sorry. We've crossed the point where we can make use of all the other food we've been finding far more efficiently. We can survive on just cornbread infinitely if we need to. There are better foods, but if an infinite supply of cornbread is still something. Look at them, we've already got 19,000 XP for upgrading here tonight. I will miss the look of the cobblestone. It looked nicer. We're in concrete territory now. Can we hit like 30,000 XP by the time we have to stop for the night? Or 32,000 or 23,000. And yeah, definitely being able to craft like the stone and everything else for the XP for like 18,000, 9,000 and so forth. On one hand, that'd be nice. On the flip side, like yeah, the levels are clearly scaling up really fast here. It's gonna be close, but we might get there. Less than 2,000 to go. I think we're gonna hit it. Is there anything special about the 30,000 breakpoint? No. We did it. See you on the flip side.